Hi, Dan Gookin here with the post-election results and how I did. And I did okay. I didn't smoke them all. But we did have to stay up a little bit later to get these results. I actually got mine this morning when I woke up about 5 o'clock. Mr. Brannon, you'd get those results out a lot faster if you hired people who were competent instead of people who worship at your personality cult. That would really help the entire county. Concept alien to you, but we will deal with you later. Legislative District number 3, Senate seat was open. Peter Riggs took it as I figured he would, and my percentages were pretty close. Peter got 42% of the vote, and as I predicted, Eberline and Barron split the vote, the far right vote. So Peter Riggs will be going to the Senate in the new legislative session next year. Legislative District number 2, no surprise here, Vito Barbieri smoked Mr. McLean. House B was open in Legislative District number 2, and I did not call this one. Mr. Castning did not win. Doug O, which is what I'm going to call him. Doug O won with an impressive 53% of the vote. This was a bellwether race. It shows that the hardcore right doesn't have the death grip on the northern county that we thought they did. Even though the GOP precincts all went very hardcore right, this race, which is far more important than any precinct race, we're sending someone who's a little bit more reasonable down to Boise. And I think that it's a surprise. I figured Castney would win this one because he has a lot of support up there. Doug O takes it by a handsome margin. Legislative District number 4, House A, Mr. Addis wins handily. Commissioner District number 1, Bill Brooks wins as I predicted, not with over 50%. Obviously, he had some good competition there. Nick Henderson, I think, would have done a lot better if he was on the ballot as Nick Henderson instead of Nicholas Henderson. In my book, Running for Local Office for Dummies, I mentioned that it's very important that whatever your name is, please put it on the ballot as that Nick Henderson on the ballot. I know that cost him some votes being Nicholas Henderson on the ballot. So Bill Brooks won. He's going to be there for 4 years. Commissioner District number 2, this was a 2-year term. Chris Felios eked out a victory over Greg Delavan. This was a lot more even. Miss Jacobson did far better than I thought she would. Here are the detailed numbers, and you see that only 73 votes separated Felios and Delavan. Very close race. Don't know if there's going to be a recount in that. There shouldn't be. It's not going to change anything. So Felios will be returning. The commissioners do not turn over. This is good news for the county. Kootenai Sheriff totally blew this one. Completely out of the water. Miss Edmondson did not do as well as I thought. Mr. Bob Norris, or Bob Chuck Norris, as I call him, smoked it. Man, that is a very impressive showing in a 4-way race. To get 44% is very, very healthy. He will be the next sheriff. I know he has some competition in the fall, but those independent candidates. So Bob did really well. Kim came in second with a very low count, a lot lower than I thought she would get, and then Whitehead and Grimm, as I predicted, in that order. And this was a funky race. Oh my gosh, Whitehead started campaigning like 2 years ago, and I think that hurt him. Because the longer you campaign, the more dirt they're going to find. And we all have dirt. So, well, I don't. But, that was, you just don't want to stretch out a campaign season. Let this be a lesson to a lot of you. Don't, if you're going to run for office, go around and let people know. But don't do the campaigning so early. That hurts. So the GOP Central Committee didn't have much turnover. I know there were a lot of people who challenged in the GOP Central Committee to try to tame and moderate the extremism that goes on in that committee. And I threw my name. I was on the ballot, too, in Precinct 54. I did not campaign. My opponent did campaign. We got letters from her. But I won without campaigning, which I don't put in my book. Campaign if you're going to do something. So unlike Mr. Mitchell and Mr. McLean, I took this one, and I will be one of the few sane people on the GOP Central Committee, and I will be doing videos about that and my adventures in GOP land coming up. And that wraps it up for my election summary for our weird GOP primary here in 2020 in COVID land. and soon coming into gun delane land. So we'll see. Who knows what's going to happen for the rest of the year. This year isn't even half over. But I will be doing more videos and updates, especially because I'm on the Central Committee, so I'll be commenting on that probably a lot. That's a monthly thing. Anyway, thank you for watching, and appreciate your feedback. Let me know what you think in the comments, and we'll see you around town. Thanks.